Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the first game week review of the season for my Fantasy Premier League team. This is basically going to be a video I'm going to do every week on either the Monday, Tuesday, maybe even the Sunday night at times. Depends on, if I'm busy, if I'm working or whatever, when it will actually come out. But it'll be at the start of the week, each week. Well, as long as there's Premier League football played, obviously. I'm not just going to make one for no reason. It's just basically a review of the week or the weekend, as it more than likely would be for the Premier League. There are some midweek fixtures, but anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm going to just jump straight into it. As you can see, I did okay. I got 78 points. I'm top of a few of my leagues. All leagues I'm top of are just leagues with the S11 league's got 10 people in it, to be fair. Obviously, there's a few obviously massive leagues where I'm 2,000 and stuff. I'm 300,000th in the world. But I mean, it's all about, as I've read online a lot, it's all about consistency over game week after game week. So I'm not worried that I'm not. I would love to get top 10,000 one year, but I just don't think obviously that's realistic yet. I mean, you know what I mean. If you're in there in the first week, chances are you won't be in there at the end. You know what I mean. You got to get consistency going. But yeah, let's just make the big first point. My bench. If I had known who to play, if I'd just not been an idiot basically and put Mendy in my team, even though they were playing Arsenal and I didn't think he'd get a clean sheet. Were Wolves going to get a clean sheet against Everton realistically? Probably not. So why not just put Mendy in? I don't. Thinking about it now, it just seems stupid. But yeah, Mendy got 15 points, 2 assists, a clean sheet. That is painful. Now, wan-bissaka, I slightly forgive myself for because we all put him in thinking at least the only reason everyone was picking him is because he's good at play. No one actually thought he'd do anything. But it just so happened he got an assist and they got a clean sheet. So he got 12 as well, but I think that one's more forgivable. I think plenty of people will have had wan-bissaka on the bench just as a cheap player who will play if they need to put him in, they will. But Mendy, it's stupid. It's not the fact that I'm not angry about the fact I picked him because he's playing Arsenal. That does make a bit of sense, but why don't I think about the fact that Wolves are playing with Everton? Everton look like they've actually sorted themselves out a bit this year. I mean, Bournemouth, I think any Bournemouth, Ake to play was wise. Ake would have been there over Mendy. I think that's a stupid decision playing at home to Cardiff. But yeah, overall, anyway, it's been a decent game week. I'm not upset about it. Lucas, I don't think he played the full match. Yeah, 67 minutes. He is one of 2 players which have moved out of my team. But I will show you that in a minute as we go into the preview section of the video, which is for game week 2. But yeah, let's first review everything. And so defence, overall, I can't complain. Yes, I would love Mendy in there over Bolly. As I said, I don't mind wan-bissaka in there. But Foster clean sheet, Ake clean sheet, Van Aanholt clean sheet. Brilliant. 3 different clubs, 3 clean sheets. Made the right call putting Foster in there rather than Fabianski, who only got 1. Ake, Van Aanholt. I mean, in theory, my 2 best defenders were still on the bench. Was sitting on the bench, which is just unfortunate, isn't it? I don't know why So Van Aanholt got 2 bonus points, and wan-bissaka must have got 3 or something. Yeah, 3. Wow. I don't really know how to calculate that. I've never really understood it. I'm sure someone will know, but I thought it was just the best scorers. I don't know if 2 people got the same, how to decide who gets 3, who gets 2, or whatever. I know it's 3 players get them. It's 3, 2, and 1. But I just don't understand. Let's say 2 players get 11 points. How to decide which one of those gets 3 and which one gets 2? That's what I'm saying. Looking at the midfield, Salah. Yeah, I mean he's an obvious captain choice. I mean, the fact that Salah only got 8 points compared to the Richarlison got 14, Ake got 8, Van Aanholt got 11. So he was actually not the best choice for captain, and it's giving me the confidence to maybe not always have Salah as my captain, which is something that's very easy to fall into the habit of doing. And I haven't actually got him captain for next week, which I will show you in a bit. Lucas, yeah, I actually rate Lucas and I think he's fine, but I don't trust him to be playing all the time. I think he'll be starting a bit. I think he will be starting, but I think he's always the sort of guy who's going to come off, and I'd rather have a player who's going to be on there more often than not playing full 90 minutes, and I don't think I'm going to get that from Lucas, as much as I'd love to play him. If he was a cheap option like 5.5 or 6 million, I'd play him, but he's not. Richarlison's actually cheaper than him, and he went on and got 14 points, 2 goals, fantastic. Yeah, there's not much more to be said about that. Do I think he'll keep it up? No, I don't actually. I generally don't believe he's that amazing. I think it was almost a bit of coincidence that he just played so well this week. But he's only 6.5 million, so at the end of the day, I don't need him to be that great. Like, I just need the occasional goal or assist from him, and he warrants a place in my team. He's staying. He's here for a long time. 6.5 million is just at that level where I can confidently have him in my team without thinking he's a bit too expensive or whatever. I don't think you can take that to class that as an expensive player because if you take him out, who else are you going to get in instead? There's no one at that price who plays that forward. He's basically playing left wing or up front, And he's their big man, isn't he? He's their big signing now, so he's like their main player in a lot of ways. So Bernardo Silva now. He started as everyone speculated he would do, and he did score. Although, the more I think about it, I think maybe this week was a one-off for him scoring. Like, he's playing centre midfield. He's not playing right wing. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like Sterling, Sterling, Aguero, and Mahrez were the front three, and then the midfield three was like Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and someone else. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't De Bruyne because he came off on the bench. But anyway, Bernardo Silva's definitely in that team for me. He's definitely going to be starting. And he's only 7.5 million. For a Man City player, he's cheap. So I think he'll be staying around as well. But yeah, I did when he scored, I did think this is relatively lucky he actually scored. More likely than not, you're going to get the goals from Mahrez, Sterling, Aguero. Sterling did score as well, of course. So yeah, then we'll move on to the front three. Now, if you actually look at it, barely any strikers or forwards scored this week. Like, I think Callum Wilson and Zaha both scored. Basically, if you look at the dream team, like, Callum Wilson's the best scoring striker, and he only scored one. Like, so all the goals came from midfield. I mean, you had that Pereira at Watford; he scored twice. Can I just say about Pereira? Don't get him in your team. I mean, he's probably not a bad player or whatever, but he's just that is an ultimate bandwagon player. That like Pereira is not going to be doing this every week. Yeah, he's not a bad player, and I suppose if he's cheap and you want to put him in there, but don't get him in. Don't sacrifice like 12 points to fit him in, or whatever. If you have to sell multiple players to get a cheap player, because that's the thing. A lot of the time, if you want to get one player in, you have to make 2 or 3 other changes, and that's the big problem with transfers. I've had to sacrifice 4 points this week. I didn't intend on doing that. I intended on waiting until next week and making 2 free transfers at once. But I couldn't resist. So I've dropped 4 points. So in my world, Richarlison didn't score twice, basically. That's how I'm looking at it. But he only scored once. But still, I'm not too against spending 4 points every now and then. But I'm not going to make it a habit. I'm not making any changes next week. And then if I do make changes, it'll be the week after because I'll be able to make 2 at once, and that makes it a lot easier to do because you can, let's say you want to take money out of your defence, put it in the midfield, you can because you can take out a defender and the midfielder. Whereas if I want to go let's say I want to go from Lucas to, I don't know, Eriksen, then I'd have to obviously sell Firmino and go to Arnautovic to do that. I couldn't just swap one for one. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, looking forward, Zaha did all right. He got a yellow card, which is a bit random, a bit annoying. But yeah, 5. That's not bad. He scored, and it's good. Just good going forward. Palace played well. Did think they who did they play again? Before we talk about Aguero, who did they play? Because I cannot remember for some reason. Oh yeah, Fulham. Fulham looked good. I only watched match today, but honestly, Fulham looked like the better team. A lot of people on Twitter were saying Palace were over the top, but Fulham looked dangerous. Zaha didn't look invincible. One thing I will say is wan-bissaka did actually look amazing. I was really impressed with him. So, yeah, I mean, he's not just a 4 million player who plays, he's actually a good footballer. He's very good going forward. And apparently used to be a winger as well, so at youth level or whatever. And they've sort of retrained him into being a fullback, so he's got that attacking element to his game as well, a bit like Van Aanholt has. Aguero didn't score. Not going to go crazy about that though. Again, it was against Arsenal, and they only scored 2 goals. So I can't expect him to score every single week. But if he doesn't score next week, then I will start to worry a bit. Hopefully, he does actually play next week. Something about Pep, I just don't trust him. I feel like he just wants to play Jesus all the time, even though Aguero is much better as a footballer. But we'll see anyway. Come next week. Firmino, he didn't actually play full time. He played 68 minutes, but I think with Liverpool you can excuse it a bit more because he just seemed to score so many goals. They scored 4 this week. I reckon they're going to score probably 4 next week. I don't even know who they're playing. I'm saying that with And unless they were playing Man City, but even then, when they played Man City last year, they scored bags of goals. So, yeah, Firmino with 5. 78 overall, but is effectively 74 because of the transfers I've made. Oh, Højbjerg, let's just quick word on him. He didn't actually play. I was saying how much he's played in pre-season, he will play in the season. He didn't play. Doesn't matter, because he's one of my cheap... Well, it does matter a bit, but doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. I don't need to panic. And he might start to play eventually, who knows. They had a boring game, didn't they? 0-0, so maybe they might change things up. But they were playing Burnley, and they're the kings of boring 1-0, 0-0 sort of football. So anyway, that's the end of the review of this game week. Yeah, I think overall I'm very happy with that. Lucas was the only dud in the whole... Well, and Aguero, I suppose. Lucas and Aguero were the 2 duds in the front seven. So Bolly, Lucas and Aguero. Apart from that, everyone did something. Got a clean sheet or an assist or a goal. That's pretty good. Pretty good going. Okay, let's just go then to the preview section, which I will not just talk about my team, but also other players in general, looking at the fixtures. But I will first cover my team. Now, you look at that lineup there. Only one club in the whole lineup has a tough game, and that is Crystal Palace players. That's why wan-bissaka's on my bench, because honestly, I'd be tempted to put him in at this point. I really would be. The big thing to talk about with Game Week 2 is, will Richarlison play? Now, apparently, the physio, Everton or whatever, has said he's going to be fine. It does say on here 75%, which they'd only put on if it's like something minor. If it was something serious, it wouldn't say that. Obviously, never take these percentages on here as like fact or fiction or whatever, because it's just completely... They have no idea, really, do they? But yeah, apparently it seems among the fantasy football community that he will play. I can't believe only 20% of people have got him at that price. I really can't. Especially after this week. I thought loads of people would be chucking him in. Loads of people will chuck in Pereira as well. I know they will. Anyway, let's look at the 2 transfers I made. So I took out Bolly and brought in Bennett because he's 4 million. And that gave an extra 0.5 million I needed to take out Lucas to bring in Naby Keita. Now, he didn't actually score or get an assist this week, but he looked immense. He just suits Liverpool as well. He really does. I sort of thought this before he even turned up. I knew he was pacey. I knew he was very keen, even though he's a central midfielder and he can do a bit of defending, I think. But I know he gets he does pick up a lot of cards apparently, which is one maybe concern. But we'll see how he goes. I know he's keen to get forward and play and get involved, and I think that will lead to assists, that will lead to the occasional goal. That's why he's in, and I just don't think Lucas is going to get as many points as Keita. That's simple as. And I think for 4 points cost, I think it's worth doing it. And Bennett, I don't really need this 5th defender now. I've got Van Aanholt, I've got Mendy, I've got Ake, and Wan-Bissaka's on my bench. That's 4 defenders who are going to play. My 5th defender doesn't really matter. The only reason I picked this guy is because he's the only other 4 million player aside Wan-Bissaka who played any minutes. He actually played all 90 minutes for Wolves. I don't know if that'll carry on. I don't think he's their main guy. I don't even know who he is. So maybe that will change. But out of the 4 million defenders, it's tough. There was Bednarak, but he didn't play either. And I've already got one Southampton player who's not playing. So I don't want to, for at least just get a Wolves guy in there. I just have 2 Southampton players not playing. It just seems like Southampton is going to be something that just starts to annoy me, you know what I mean? But yeah. The keeper situation this week, tough. I can't figure it out because Burnley are probably... I don't know. I actually think Bournemouth are better than Burnley. That might sound weird because Burnley are in Europa League now, but I don't know what to do. I think, especially, even if you go by the opinion Burnley are better than Bournemouth, I just think Bournemouth are more likely to score a goal in every game. Like they're the sort of team that have all these 2-all, 3-all games, whereas Burnley's all 0-0s, 1-0s. And that is tempting me to put Foster in there. But I feel like West Ham have got to do something next week because, they've obviously got battered by Liverpool. I'm really torn. This is the biggest decision I've had to make so far. Do I put Foster in? Do I put Fabianski in? Burnley away as well. I think Burnley will score a goal if they're at home. I really don't know what to do. Let's just say this team, as you see it, apart from the keeper is confirmed, is what I'm going to go into with next week with. Same order on the bench as well. Yes, Aguero captain, not Salah. Just because they're away. Palace look okay so far this season. Yes, it's only one game. But Aguero, Huddersfield at home. Come on, man. He's got to score, surely. If Jesus plays and he comes on for 20 minutes, I'll be disappointed. I've got Firmino as my vice. I don't really care about my vice, but the vice might matter this week if Aguero doesn't play. But the thing is, if Liverpool play well, I don't think, not including Keita, but Firmino or Salah both are a good captain choice. Either of them could score a couple of goals. Richarlison, Southampton at home, good game for him. I think that's doable for him. Obviously, we spoke about Man City playing Huddersfield. Ake away at West Ham. Yeah, that's probably not going to be good. I'm not predicting anything. I'm predicting 2 points for him, maybe 1 or whatever. He might get the assist, I don't know, but he's a centre back. I might have to take him out eventually, but I don't want to do it yet because obviously transfers are precious on this, aren't they? And I think he's one that's staying. Should I probably get Trent in? Yeah, I probably should. But I've now got Keita, Salah and Firmino. So, I don't know. I think Ake will probably actually stay. But he'd be a reluctant one to stay. Unless another 5 million defender appeals to me, then he's going to stay. One player I'd love to get is Maddison. They're playing Wolves this week, aren't they? Yeah, Wolves, yeah. Maddison to me looks really good. I would recommend him if you've got the money to get a midfield. You don't really want Richarlison, or you've got Richarlison, you want another cheap midfielder because you've got a really strong attack. Maddison is my recommendation. Spurs players looking good this week. They're playing Fulham at home. I think they've got to improve on last week, and I think they will do that. This is a good week to get Kane in your team if you're going to bother with Kane. I'm personally not, but Chelsea and Arsenal, that's a tough one. I don't think it's... Chelsea and Arsenal players probably aren't going to deliver much this week. What other fixtures haven't we spoken about? We spoke about Everton, Southampton, West Ham, Bournemouth. Probably going to be like 3-3 or something. Then like Cardiff, Newcastle. I mean, if you've got players from either of those clubs, then first of all, go and see a doctor. But yeah, probably get them in this week. If you're going to ever play your Newcastle or Cardiff players, it'll be this week. 2 clubs I would not touch really personally. Burnley, Watford will probably be 0-0. So I keep saying that, but then I've got Foster on my bench, and I keep saying Bournemouth will score, and I've got Fabianski in the net. So I don't know. I'm torn with that one. Man City, Huddersfield. Yeah, we said about that. It's going to be a Man City win. Huddersfield aren't actually that bad. I don't think Huddersfield are a weak team or anything, but God, they've had a tough start, haven't they? They just lost to They just played Chelsea first game. Now they're playing Man City away. I mean, the thing is, everyone's got to play each other eventually. So, they'll probably in relegation. Everyone will say, they're going down this year. But in reality, it's just the fact they've had hard fixtures at the start. And I think they actually will survive. Brighton, Man United. I don't really know. I never know what to think about Man United. Any game they could lose, that's the thing with them. I just think sometimes they do come out and do the business. They score 2. And it's always... But the thing is, Man U, it's always boring. You're not going to get many goals. There's not many safe picks either, because you don't know who's going to play. Like Rashford and Martial for me are just not worth putting in, especially not Martial. Not worth it. He's not going to get the minutes. Lukaku is probably worth having, I suppose. I was actually very tempted to put Pogba in, and he scored, didn't he? He scored straight away, I think, as far as I remember. I've not got the best memory on that. I think he scored the first goal. I can't remember now. But obviously he just played deep under Mourinho, and just Mourinho for me. They probably will win most. They probably will get top 4 quite easily. I don't know, but they just bore and they only win by 1 goal or whatever. But everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say there's a good chance Man United could go and draw that game against Prime. Defence, the Man United defender is probably a good shout. I mean, there'll be a lot of people jumping on the Luke Shaw bandwagon, even though he'll never score another goal this season probably. But yeah, that's another bandwagon I'd avoid alongside Pereira. Jump on the Richarlison bandwagon, definitely. I think Richarlison's worth it, especially at his price. I think he's going to be a key player for Everton all the time. But yeah, Luke Shaw. I mean, actually, yeah, Luke Shaw wouldn't be a bad guy to have, but you may as well vary it up to everyone else and get another Man United defender in who's going to play. Because I suppose he's quite cheap, isn't he, Shaw? So it does make sense. But the thing is, everyone's going to be picking up Shaw now as their Man United defender. It's just going to be a bit annoying. I don't like it when everyone's got the same. That's what I'm thinking this week with me. It's like, well, I've got 78 points, but so have a lot of people. That's why I'm not that amazed or impressed by myself. Then Monday night, Palace Liverpool. It's going to be annoying waiting literally till Sunday and Monday to see my points coming this week. I've got Richarlison. Have I got anyone else? Richarlison, Ake, and the keeper. Literally, my entire team is just Man City, Liverpool, or Palace. It really is. So I'm going to wait until Sunday and Monday for basically all my points to come in. But yeah, Anyway, I've tried to cover a few things there. I've definitely not spoken everything I want to speak about, but I can't go on for too long. It's been good to make another video regarding fantasy football again. I'm really getting into it. I'm looking at it every day, looking at Twitter, looking at podcasts, whatever. Just really getting into it. So if you've enjoyed the video, got any advice from me, or you've got any advice for me, because I definitely need it. There's certain weird things in my team. This Ake situation, I'm not too sure about. I'm just not. I don't trust Bournemouth's defence enough to get many clean sheets. And as a centre-back, even though he's quite a good footballer, I don't think he's going to get many assists or anything. He's not that big, so he won't win headers, so, you know. And the keeper thing as well. Give me advice with that, because I'm struggling with that. So yeah, anyway, that's it for the Game Week 1 review and the Game Week 2 preview. I'll be back next week with the review of this week that's just about to coming, and of course a preview for Game Week 3. So until then, I will see you next time.